What if time travel wasn't a machine, but a condition? What if one day you woke up and realized you weren't just remembering the past, you were living in it? Not metaphorically, not in your mind, but physically, literally, you are there. You feel the heat of the sun, stronger, harsher, unfiltered by modern pollution controls. You smell the air, thick with smoke, animals, and unwashed streets. And then it hits you. This isn't a dream. You've somehow been dropped into the past. And here's the terrifying part. There's no guarantee you can come back. Let's say you've landed around the year 1200 AD. No smartphones, no electricity, no antibiotics. In reality, if you were placed in this time period, your life expectancy would instantly drop dramatically. Historically, the average life expectancy in many parts of the world hovered between 30 to 40 years. Not because people couldn't live longer, but because disease, injury, and poor sanitation were constant threats. You'd notice it immediately. No clean running water, waste in the streets, food that spoils quickly. Even something as simple as drinking water could kill you. In medieval Europe, for example, contaminated water was a major cause of deadly outbreaks. That's partly why people often drank weak beer instead. It was safer than water. So the question becomes, would your modern knowledge save you or make you stand out? You walk through a village. People stare. Your clothes are wrong. Your posture is different. Even your skin, clean, groomed, looks unnatural. And here's a real historical fact. In many past societies, outsiders were treated with suspicion or hostility. If you couldn't explain where you came from, you might be labeled a spy, a criminal, or worse, a witch. During periods like the European witch trials, 15th through 17th centuries, thousands of people were executed based on fear, superstition, and misunderstanding. Now, imagine trying to explain, "I'm from the future," exactly. At first, you think you have an advantage. You know things they don't. Basic hygiene, germ theory, simple engineering. But here's the problem. You can't prove most of it. The germ theory of disease wasn't widely accepted until the 19th century. Before that, people believed illness came from bad air or divine punishment. If you told them, "Wash your hands to prevent infection," they might laugh or ignore you or fear you. And even if they believed you, do you know how to build soap from scratch, create antibiotics from raw materials, generate electricity without tools? Modern knowledge depends on modern systems. Without infrastructure, you're just a person with ideas no one understands. Let's talk about survival. Food isn't packaged. There are no supermarkets. You either grow it, hunt it, or buy it with skills or trade. And historically, food shortages were common. The Great Famine of 1315 to 1317, for example, devastated Europe. Crops failed, and millions died of starvation and disease. Now imagine living through that. No safety net, no global supply chains, and medicine? Even minor injuries could become fatal. Before antiseptics, a simple cut could lead to infection and death. Surgery existed, but without anesthesia until the 19th century, procedures were brutal and risky. Your survival wouldn't depend on intelligence alone, it would depend on adaptability. But the hardest part might not be physical. It's psychological. you remember everything. Your family, your world, technology, comfort, but it's all gone. And here's something real. Humans are deeply tied to their environment and social structures. Studies in psychology show that isolation and loss of familiarity can lead to severe stress, anxiety, and even cognitive decline. Now multiply that by centuries of difference. No one understands your references, your humor, your mindset. You're not just in the past, you're alone in it. Naturally, you'd think, maybe I can change things, warn people, introduce inventions, alter the future. But history tells us something important. Big changes require systems, not individuals. Even brilliant minds like Leonardo da Vinci designed advanced machines centuries ahead of their time. But without the technology and infrastructure to support them, many of his ideas remained unused. So even if you knew the future, you might not be able to change it. Living in the past wouldn't be an adventure. It would be survival, isolation, uncertainty, and maybe a realization that the modern world, with all its flaws, is built on thousands of years of struggle, discovery, and resilience. So the next time you think about escaping to a simpler time, ask yourself, was it really simpler, or just harder in ways we've forgotten?